You scroll through your phone. Nothing. You move through the social noise and see people laughing, drinking, exchanging words that feel hollow, and a cold weight settles in your chest. There is a particular kind of silence there. It is not emptiness. It is recognition. Society tells you that this silence is a defect, that being alone marks you as broken, antisocial, unfit. It assigns names to your solitude: loner, outcast, failure. And yet it is all a misunderstanding. What if this isolation is not a flaw, but a defense mechanism? What if the reason your circle is small is not inability, but integrity? A mind wired to reject the artificial, the fabricated, the shallow. There is a principle in evolutionary psychology called the apex paradox. It states that as an organism becomes more specialized, more capable, more dangerous, its circle contracts. Sheep herd. Lions hunt in prides, but the tiger walks alone. You have likely known this instinctively. You have worn masks, tested the waters, attempted to fit, but the fit never held. It slipped. You felt the incongruence. Your mind processes the world differently. You perceive more. You feel more. You understand more. This difference has always separated you from the collective. You are rare by design. There are traits that define this rarity. They are not quirks. They are evolutionary adaptations. The first is hyperacute pattern recognition. Most humans move through interactions passively. They hear words at face value. I care. I am here. We are friends. But these words are often mere performance. You do not listen to words. You observe the mechanics beneath them. Micro-expressions, tonal shifts, timing discrepancies, subtle inconsistencies that signal truth before it is spoken. Your mind unconsciously processes patterns across behaviors, reactions, and omissions. You detect deception, envy, fragility. You sense the shadow behind the mask. Where others see a social gathering as energy, you see it as data. Where they see warmth, you see adaptation. You cannot inhabit their performance. It is too thin, too fake, too loud with pretense. To participate would require self-betrayal. You remain silent. You observe. People sense your attention, and it unsettles them. You become a mirror they cannot endure. They label you judgmental, intense, hard to read. They do not understand that you are simply calibrated differently, and your calibration exposes what they fear to see in themselves. The second trait is intolerance for social entropy. All systems tend toward disorder, and most social interaction is disorder masquerading as connection. Small talk, gossip, repeated trivialities. These are energetic drains. The rare individual recognizes this immediately. Your nervous system registers entropy as physical discomfort. Shallow conversation depletes dopamine, spikes cortisol. It is theft. You conserve energy. You crave depth. Conversations about strategy, philosophy, mortality, or the architecture of reality. But few can follow. Most recoil at the weight of ideas. You have learned to operate where others cannot. You are a deep diver among waders. And because the environment cannot accommodate you, you are left alone. Not broken, not defective, but aligned with your own necessity. The third trait is an automatic response to control. From childhood, some learn to resist arbitrary authority, not as rebellion, but as survival. Friendship groups, social hierarchies, workplaces, they are microcultures of enforced compliance. They demand conformity to function. You instinctively refuse to comply without discernment. This triggers the nervous system. You do not feel safe in artificial hierarchy. You cannot respect popularity alone. You require truth. You require reasoning. You're not interested in affirmation. You're interested in alignment. And because your mind refuses the social lie, you're often cast out, labeled difficult, arrogant, hostile. Yet what appears as isolation is sovereignty. You're freed from manipulation. While the herd obeys, you move independently. While others trade energy for approval, you maintain autonomy. Your refusal is survival. Your isolation is strategy. The fourth trait is obsessive construction, the architect mindset. Most people treat life as waiting for weekends, vacations, validation. You treat life as building. You are possessed by vision. You create, sculpt, explore, improve. Neuroscience demonstrates that deep focus and social immersion are anti-correlated. You cannot inhabit the flow state while entangled in social noise. To create, to build, to pursue mastery, you must prioritize. This costs connection. Invitations fade, bonds loosen, and this is necessary. The space cleared by absence is the laboratory of innovation. The solitude of the worker, the thinker, the architect is the foundation for anything durable. You cannot negotiate presence with mediocrity. Your energy must be reserved for the structure you're building, not the distractions of performative interaction. The fifth trait is the unconscious mirror. You've felt it, entering a room, saying nothing, and encountering immediate resistance. The discomfort is not caused by you. It is projected. Others see in you the traits they have denied: cowardice, weakness, unacknowledged ambition. Your quiet integrity amplifies their internal noise. Your autonomy exposes dependency. Their ego cannot tolerate this reflection and reacts defensively, often with hostility. Empathy misread as judgment. Presence misread as arrogance. You do not create the dissonance. You reveal it. You are a screen upon which unintegrated shadows become visible. Many friendships fail not because of toxicity on your part, but because you refuse to participate in collective delusion. You are undeniable. Your clarity forces others to confront their own lack. The sixth trait is temporal displacement. You do not live in the immediate present. Your cognition extends forward. You simulate outcomes. You anticipate trajectories. Where others fixate on transient drama, you analyze consequence, strategy, growth, survival. You perceive patterns spanning years. This creates dissonance with average timelines. What is urgent to them is trivial to you. What is trivial to them is urgent to you. This is not anxiety, it is foresight. This foresight isolates because your world does not synchronize with theirs. The lonely watchman sees the horizon. Others remain asleep. They misinterpret your vigilance as paranoia or disengagement. You are simply aligned with a larger temporal field than most can navigate. The seventh and rarest trait is the autotelic personality, an internal engine. Most humans are externally fueled. They require attention, validation, acknowledgement, reflection. Deprived of this, their ego collapses. The rare individual generates energy internally. Purpose is intrinsic. Action is sufficient unto itself. You read because you must know. You create because the idea demands it. You build because existence is insufficient unless expanded. You do not require observation or affirmation. This internal combustion makes you impervious to the social levers of control. Exclusion, ridicule, shaming, they fail to touch you. You are self-sufficient, and self-sufficiency is power. Combine these traits, and the pattern becomes clear. You're not flawed. You're calibrated differently. You're equipped for solitude, for discernment, for creation, for integrity. You're not a misfit. You're an apex organism in the domain of consciousness. Your small circle is not weakness. It is a signal. You reject imitation. You reject compromise. You reject entropy. You exist at a frequency that most cannot perceive. Your isolation is the price of sovereignty. Your absence from the herd is your advantage. Your attention, your energy, your mind, your time, these are yours. They cannot be extracted. They cannot be negotiated. Society is structured to domesticate. Schools produce obedience. Work produces compliance. Media produces envy. Social structures enforce mimicry. You resisted. You were filtered. You were pushed to the periphery. And in this exile, you were granted the rarest gift: time, silence, and space. Space to consolidate, to cultivate, to refine. Space to construct the self instead of maintaining the collective illusion. The empty chair across from you is sacred. It is reserved for integrity, for loyalty, for rare alignment. Do not fill it with ghosts, distractions, or unearned presence. The silence is not punishment. It is laboratory. The void is not loneliness. It is crucible. It is here that you build the capacity to hold the rare conversations, to perceive truth without contamination, to operate in a domain others cannot comprehend. Understand this. Your solitude is not exile. It is armor. It is training. It is preparation. To abandon it prematurely is to sacrifice sovereignty. To lower your standards is to surrender. The world will pressure, mock, and attempt to persuade you back into mediocrity. It will offer comfort in exchange for compliance. Refuse it. Stand firm. Wait for the few who resonate. They are coming, but only those who can endure the wait will meet you. And when they arrive, your presence will be calibrated, your energy aligned, your world constructed. Until then, you are alone, and that aloneness is the most profound form of freedom. You are not lonely. You are sovereign.